Welcome into the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. I'm Tim McMaster. Stepping into the cage today, a better-known Tim. Tim Anderson, shortstop for the Chicago White Sox. And first of all, Tim, thanks so much for taking some time and joining us on the Chatting Cage.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
All right, fans, you know how to get involved. You can use the hashtag Chatting Cage on Twitter. We'll try to get your questions in. You can also use the MLB Fans app and ask questions that way, or hit that Get in Line button on your computer screen, and you can actually use your webcam and ask your own questions of Tim Anderson. Tim, as we get started, we're going to go to that MLB Fans app, and Ben Griffith 26 wants to know, you've been in Chicago a while now. Do you like Chicago-style pizza? And if so, do you have a favorite?
Well, I haven't had a chance to get out and try the pizzas, but I have tried some, and I'm a big pepperoni guy, and I really like it a lot. So yeah.
All right, now obviously it's the deep
good.
dish stuff in Chicago,
Yeah.
and just to help you out a little bit, Ben Griffith, the guy that asked the question, he says he recommends Lou Malnati. So if you get out there, hey, that's his
Okay.
recommendation. We have a fan ready to go here on the Chatting Cage. Fan, tell us your name, where you're from. Go ahead with your question for Tim.
Hi, this is Jeffrey. I'm from Lombard. Welcome to my room. You've been in Chicago for about a month and a half right now, and have you had a chance to explore the city? And if so, what's been your favorite part of the city?
I haven't had a good chance to explore what I wanted to see, but I have got out and seen some things, and it's a real nice city. I got to go downtown and just walk around with my family. It's a pretty good sight, so I really enjoyed it.
Tim, I know you guys are playing the Cubs right now, crosstown rivalry. So I would say most White Sox fans would say you can go anywhere in Chicago, but you can only go to Wrigleyville when you're playing the Cubs. Otherwise, avoid
Right.
Wrigleyville. We have another fan ready to go. Tell us your name, where you're from, and go ahead with your question for Tim Anderson.
All right. My name is Julio, and my question is, what kind of reception have you gotten from the clubhouse since you've taken the starting position at shortstop?
It's been good vibes in the locker room. Got a good set of veteran guys, and just getting in and getting my work in and having a feel for these guys and how they like to play and the tempo they like to play. And it's just been real fun to play with these guys.
You mentioned those great guys in the clubhouse, and that leads us right into our next question off Twitter, Tim. It's from PaleHose3. He wants to know, what's it like to be around some great hitters there like Abreu, Eaton, and Frazier and those guys?
It's great to be around Abreu. He's real awesome, and Frazier is just he's an amazing guy. Especially playing next to him, it's just we always cracking up in between innings, in between outs, and if you just get a chance to see us, we're always laughing at each other. So it's real fun.
Yeah, and there's some great hitters certainly in that lineup. This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage as we rate to be joined by another fan here to go ahead with a question. We've been lucky to be joined by Tim Anderson this afternoon in the Chatting Cage. And Tim, here comes our next fan. Fan, if you can just tell us your name, where you're from, go ahead with your question for Tim.
Hey, I'm Jack Weldon. I'm from Oak Park, Illinois, and my question for you, Tim, is do you like better to bat leadoff and have Adam Eaton bat behind you, or do you like to bat more behind kind of Spanky and bat second?
It really doesn't matter to me. As long as I'm batting in the lineup, it's a blessing to make it to this level and be in any kind of lineup. So it really doesn't matter to me. So
that's a great baseball question right there. Where do you like to bat in lineup? We get all kinds of questions, as you'll find, Tim. There's some fun ones about the city, but then some of the fans that get involved here really know their White Sox. Let's go back to that MLB Fans app, and Travis Scott wants to know, how many baseball gloves do you own, Tim, and what do you do with them when you're done using them in games?
I have a bunch of them. I have probably like maybe 7 to 8. I only have like 2 here, and the rest of them at home. They're like brand new. I don't even use them. I don't get a chance to get to them. And they just sit around the house. I mean, I don't do anything with them. I may pick them up and just put my hand in them, and that's about it. But I have just one that I really use. And I have one for BP, so I only use like 2 of them.
I'll follow that up by saying, how long does it take to break one of those in? Pretty quick, or?
It depends. It depends. I have one. I got one from spring training, and it's not even broke in yet. I just use it for BP, trying to get a feel for it. But I'm still using the one that I used last year, so it's kind of tough to get it broke in. So
Absolutely. Once you get one feeling the right way, stick with it. All right, now, Tim, it's time for our EDJ question of the day. And the question is, you used to be a pretty good basketball player. Do you think you could pretty much beat your teammates on the basketball court one-on-one?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'll be every last one of them, one-on-one. Yeah, I think I could take them.
All right, you got some big guys there, too. Chris Sale's got to be pretty good down low, right?
Yeah, I just bring them out and break them down and take them to the hoop.
We're going to go back to the fan app, and we have a great question here. More than a question, Tim, it's more of just a congratulation. Fan says, congratulations to you on the birth of your daughter, and he just wants to give you a shout-out and say congratulations, and he hopes you're enjoying the whole fatherhood thing.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's very fun.
And that brings up the question, Tim, how tough is it? I know you guys don't work on a lot of sleep as it is. You have all the road trips, flights overnight to get from city to city. You throw in a new daughter into that equation. How tough is it?
It's kind of tough. But considering that my fiance is a teacher, I kind of get to see her a lot because they're all for the summer, and she's actually here with me, so I get to spend a lot of time with her outside the ballpark. So it's good, and she travels sometimes with me, so that makes it even better.
All right, outstanding. Let's go back to Twitter now, Tim. And Tuscaloosa Express, obviously some Alabama connection there, and you're from Alabama, wants to know, were you a big football fan growing up in Alabama? We already talked about basketball and baseball, so how about football?
Yeah, I'm a big Alabama fan. Roll Tide. I love Alabama football. It's fun there, especially football season. I really love it.
Yeah, and these are certainly good times to be Alabama fans. Nick Saban certainly got that program rolling down in Alabama. We are waiting for another fan to get involved here. It's the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. Fan, tell us your name, where you're from. Go ahead with your question for Tim.
Hi, it's Ryan from Winnipeg, Canada. And my question is, what's it like to be called up and then right away become a starting shortstop?
It's amazing feeling. Once you get the call, it's fun, man. I called my mom, my dad, and it was just an exciting moment for me and my family. And coming in and starting right away I'll admit, my first game I was real nervous, and it just, as I got my feet wet and got going, I kind of got used to the game and not let it speed up on me and just continue to do what I've been doing to get here. So I kind of slowed down a lot and just been having fun with it and enjoying it.
At some point, you just recognize, right, that it's the same game on the same field. There's just a lot more fans watching.
Yeah, it's just brighter lights here and a lot more fans, so which makes it a lot better and pumps you up to play, to come out and play in front of these fans. All
right, let's head back to Twitter now, Tim. And Mullins Heroes wants to know, are there any players that when you were growing up you kind of patterned your game after?
I like the Jeter a lot, and also like the Ken Griffin, but I can't pattern myself after Ken Griffin because he was an outfielder. But I'll say Jeter. I just love the way he played the game. He respected the game, and he just gave his all in every play that he played, and it was just fun watching him.
Yeah,
so
Jeter's
I really enjoy watching him play.
Yeah, and he's a popular answer here on the Chatting Cage. As for Griffey, what a week for him heading into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. A special week for Griffey with the backwards hat, and we are ready for another fan to join the show. Fan, can you just tell us your name, where you're from? Go ahead with your question for Tim.
Hey, Tim, it's Ben here from Burr Ridge, Illinois, and I'd just like to ask you, have you ever had a nickname, or would you like Sox fans to call you anything?
Yeah, I like for the Sox fans to call me TA. That's my nickname. It's just my initials, and it kind of sticks well. So that's kind of my baseball thing. Everybody calls me TA.
Tim, this goes back to we're going to go back to Twitter, and it goes back to something you were talking about before about making that big league debut. Joey Sands 75 wants to know, when did you know that you belonged in the major leagues?
I'll say I kind of knew I belonged there from the time I got the call. When I was down in AAA, I always see myself playing in the big leagues. It's just that confidence that I know I belong here, and just came in and put the work in and just really enjoyed it and having fun with it, and just getting in and doing my homework and just staying focused and not letting anything get in the way. So I kind of knew I belonged here from the beginning.
All right, great stuff. And you're a natural fit here in the chatting cage as well. Hopefully things stay red hot for those White Sox. I know 3 straight walk-offs, Tim, and you guys are taking on the Cubs right now. Great stuff. Thanks for taking some time in the chatting cage.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
That's going to do it for another edition of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. Tune in again next time.